iPads and iPhones can be used to play with a MIDI controller or record music. With a lot of different apps, we can play different instruments on the iPad just by connecting the MIDI keyboard. Then we can record it using our apps or just use the apps to play music with the synth and keyboard. Before continuing this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications for all our new videos. To get started with the setup, we're going to need three things. Number one is an iPad or iPhone with an app installed to use a MIDI controller. Then we'll need an Apple camera adapter and a USB MIDI controller. For the iPad or iPhone, there's a few apps that can be installed. One of the most popular apps for this is GarageBand, but there's also other apps like BandLab that will work with a MIDI controller, so get one of these installed. From within that app, there's often a mode that we can use to set up for a piano or other instrument like strings. Then we can practice with it or set the software to record mode. To actually connect our MIDI controller, we need an adapter to connect the USB MIDI controller to the iPad's Lightning connector. Apple makes a USB camera adapter we can use to do this. It connects to Lightning on one end and then gives us a USB port on the other end. There's two versions you can get. One has just the USB port and the other has the USB port and another Lightning port. I have the one with the extra Lightning port, and that allows the iPad to be plugged into power at the same time. I will note that I don't recommend using a non-Apple adapter. That is something that I tried first because they cost about half the price of the Apple adapter, but it didn't work. The iPad wasn't able to detect the MIDI controller, but it was able to power the MIDI controller. There's just no response from the keyboard by the iPad. For the MIDI controller, most USB MIDI controllers like this one from AKAI will work. This is an AKAI MPK249, and I've done a separate video on this. In some cases, you may get a message on the iPad that says there's not enough power to supply the device. I've managed to avoid this problem by using the Apple adapter with the extra Lightning plug and leaving the iPad connected to a charger while the MIDI controller is connected. That way it can provide enough power. I can get it to run off battery, but the iPad battery needs to be almost fully charged. Even at that, it can require putting the AKAI MPK249 into low power mode. This is done by turning it on while holding down the preview button on the controller. In this mode, the controller saves power by not turning on all the lights for the drum pads and elsewhere on the controller. If the MIDI controller doesn't have enough power, then it may look like it's turned on from the controller itself, but the iPad will not respond to any of its signals. There's also a few other ways to power it, and my MIDI controller can use an external power supply, but I don't have one that fits it, so I don't use this. It's also possible to use a powered USB hub between the MIDI controller and the iPad adapter to provide power. The whole process from here is pretty simple. With all this connected and our apps loaded, we can just use the instrument in the app and it will just respond to it. The iPad automatically responds to the keyboard without needing to change any settings, so there's no options for inputs or anything like that. Thanks for checking out this video on setting up a MIDI controller with an iPad. If this video helped you out, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to be notified about all our new videos. You can also check the video description for products featured in this video and social media links.